Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Meadowbrook High School here at the Cage for this sectional final game between the number 1 seed Meadowbrook Colts and the Philo Electrics, the number 19 seed. The winner of this game will go on to play in the district semifinals. I'm Woody Biggs, along with D-Train, the great Daryl McCullough, the guy who knows it all, the legend, the historian, the archivist of all things basketball in Eastern Ohio.
Well, usually Tommy has a tear in his eyes when he announces me. You just praised my greatness, so to speak. Definitely looking forward to tonight's game. It's exciting. Somebody's going to be cutting down the nets tonight, and this has been an exciting weekend, an exciting tournament so far. Like Strasser and I were talking about some of the Southeast District, the upsets that happened down there. And then last night there was a bunch of great ball games. First, you got to congratulate Shenandoah, Coach Smith and the Zeps winning over Steubenville Catholic. Highland beating Rosecrans in probably the most hyped game in our area.
Right.
And this early, usually we see them at this place in a district semi or a district final. And then the big overtime games where Shady Side beat Frontier and Morgan in Raid City knocked off Union Local.
Right.
And actually Morgan, their next game will be Tuesday at Philo versus Fort Fry. So the unfortunate thing for Fort Fry is they're going to have to go through Morgan to get to Philo.
Yeah.
So they may not make it through McConnellsville to get to the game.
Yeah, it's an exciting time of the year. A lot of great things going on. And you said that the top 4 seeds in the Southeastern District have lost. That's important for Meadowbrook because the winner of that side of the bracket in the Eastern District will play one of those teams. There's still a lot of good teams down there, Warren, local, others, but you can't look past anything if you're Meadowbrook. They're the number 1 seed. Philo's number 19 seed. Meadowbrook played a pigtail game, beat Indian Creek, who was the 18th seed. But a lot of people say if you look at the eye test, Indian Creek's a little higher seed. Philo maybe a little better, just a lot younger.
Yeah, and Philo's got a 6'8" sophomore in A.J. Clayton that's their top guy. He's averaging around 18 points, 9 rebounds a game, shooting 52% from the field. The kid's been dunking since the 8th grade, so that shows you about his athleticism. It's just the thing that talking to Coach Haberfield recently, he said their guard play is just really the thing that's kind of hurting them. If teams like Meadowbrook really get after him, start pressuring him, that's where probably is going to be the difference in this ball game. If Meadowbrook can get it playing up-tempo like they like to play, it could be trouble for Philo.
It could be. In fact, Philo has been in a lot of games. They won their first game of the year. They lost the rest of them. They're 1-21. But just last week, I believe it was Tri-Valley, who's the highest seed left besides Meadowbrook, or the highest seed in Meadowbrook's bracket at number 3. Philo was up 6 at halftime there. Ended up losing by 7, so they've been in a lot of games. You're starting 3 sophomores, a freshman, 1 senior against a senior-laden team like Meadowbrook. The advantage has to go to the Colts.
Yeah, and then and the MVL is a pretty tough league to play. It's not. I feel it's not as good as it has been in the past, but still, you look at the teams that play in that league. You're talking about the Tri-Valleys that are historically good. John Glenn's historically good. Maysville's always up there. New Lex shocked a lot of people, beating Sheridan in the tournament. Crooksville's going to Athens this year, the first time since 1999 that they've made it to Athens. So, there's a lot of good coming from that league.
Win, I believe.
West Muskingum beat Garraway on Tuesday, who gave Meadowbrook a run for their money. So, there's a lot of good things out of the MVL, and Meadowbrook will be part of that next year.
Right, Meadowbrook goes into the MVL, so these two teams will be seeing each other a lot. Here are the starters real quickly before we take a break for the national anthem. For Philo, it will be A.J. Clayton, the 6'8 sophomore. Owen Smith, a 5'10 sophomore. Jackson Hargraves, a 5'10 senior. Nick Morgan, a 6-foot freshman. Carter McCutcheon, a 6-foot senior. So you're starting 3 seniors, 3 sophomores, a freshman, and a senior. Meadowbrook will go with Addie Black, the 6'6" senior. Jonathan McCall, the 6-foot senior, the Eastern District Player of the Year. Jake Singleton, the 5'10 sophomore. Davis Singleton, the 6'3 junior. Zach Rusnak, the 5'11 senior. So it's going to be the senior-laden Colts taking on Philo. and we are going to step out for the national anthem here and get ready for the tip-off of this sectional final game.
So Hannah Stoney for the second tournament game in a row, knocking out the national anthem here.
Does a great job in doing that. Okay, D-Train, you're Philo. I asked Coach Aberfield the other night. He was here scouting a little bit. Said, "What are you going to do Saturday night?" He said, "Pray." But playing Meadowbrook. But if you're them, what do you have to do to pull off the upset here?
You've got to make this a slow-paced half-court game. I know I read on Twitter the other day, they said the state of Ohio needs to get a shot clock. There's a game that was 6-4 at the halftime. But you know what? You've got to do whatever you could do to win a game. If it means taking the air out of the basketball, you do it. If it means dribbling out to the last minute before you take a shot, whatever it takes. It's survive and advance mode for everybody. That's Meadowbrook including. You lose, you're done. You win, you live to fight another day. You have practice tomorrow or Monday, whenever the next practice is.
And Meadowbrook knows that just because you're the higher seed, that upsets happen. It happened to him a couple of years ago. But you're right, and Coach Haberfield said the success they had against Tri-Valley was they were able to spread the floor and run some time off the clock. But he said when Tri-Valley turned up the pressure, it just came on, and that's what Meadowbrook wants to push the tempo. They want to pressure the ball. Tri-Valley wants to limit possessions, run some time off the clock. So, or Tri-Valley.
Philo. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's a neutral site.
Right.
So just thinking off the top of my head, maybe Dover, New Philly as a site, or maybe even OUE as a site for it.
Well, I don't think OUE is going to host any this year, from what I heard. Now, I don't know. Mr. Wheeler thought possibly.
Well, Claymont, if they doesn't win, could be a possible site.
Right, yeah. Or Claymont or Union Local, they mentioned
Union
as
Local.
possible site.
Okay,
so,
yeah, that would be a good site.
But if Beaver Local wins, it would be Union Local. If Claymont wins, who knows?
Yeah,
what would happen?
that definitely makes it interesting.
So,
but those are probably two of the teams that I know the least about is Claymont and Beaver Local. But the other games tonight in the Division II, we got Maysville at John Glenn, Cambridge at Carrollton, Indian Valley at East Liverpool, Riverview at New Philly, West Holmes at Tri-Valley, and Minerva at St. Clairsville. So there's definitely some big basketball games tonight.
Right. The interesting one there, I think, is Cambridge at Carrollton. And Cambridge won by 20 earlier in the year. They went boxing one. Carrollton's got that real good player. They're going to play boxing one again tonight. That's what the coach was talking about. But it's at Carrollton. That should be an interesting game because Carrollton's the higher seed. But Cambridge is playing well.
Yeah, and Coach Slaughter said, hey, we play better on the road. We play better with the blue uniforms than we do the white uniforms. So they
proved that upsetting Steubenville the other night.
So they got the you're playing on the road, but I guess it's an advantage for them. Well, and we got to thank our sponsors real quick. We got some new ones, Shelley Carpenter Photography, the Downtown Arena, Basic Systems, and Pure Love Bakery, which is coming soon to Byesville.
Yeah,
and guess what? If you get to the stoplight in Byesville, you'll probably find it from there.
Or follow your nose, because I guarantee you there's going to be some sweet aromas coming out of Pure Love Bakery.
It's near good driving directions.
It's
right there on the main drag.
I gained 5 pounds you just reading that. So, all right, we're getting ready to go. It's going to be Black against 6'8" Clayton. And I'm going to say Tri-Valley all night. Philo's going to.
Philo's easier to say.
Yeah, it is.
That's 2 syllables instead of 3.
We get that too many syllables, I get in trouble.
A.J. Clayton even doing some court work as he found a little piece of something on the floor, took it, threw it off the court.
See, Philo doing what you said. They want to pull it out, run some time off the clock. Coach Haberfield.
Oh, here comes a ball screen at the head tap.
Yep.
He's got to wait for that McCutcheon gets set on that screen.
Good job by the Meadowbrook defense collapsing on the big guy coming up with the steal.
That was a good possession time-wise for Philo, but you want to at least get a shot attempt up.
Davis Singleton with the putback on the Jake Singleton miss. For the Colts, it's important to get off to a quick start. They jumped out, 16-0 against Indian Creek, and it was pretty much over.
Surprising thing here is they didn't go. They went to a half-court man here.
Yeah.
Did not show the full-court pressure.
Right. There's a shot up, no good by Hargroves. Ball went out of bounds. Good defense by McCall, really getting physical a little bit there in the paint.
Maybe a little too physical, but
tournament time, they're not going to call some of the ticky-tack stuff.
No call.
Zone for Philo.
You got to,
Yep, and that's what you do, shoot over the zone. McCall,
they're in that zone, but you got to close out in the shooters. McCall's proven time and again he's not afraid to shoot it a little bit behind the three-point line.
And here comes the pressure.
Now.
Yep. Morgan with it. To Smith. He's going to take the three off the front of the rim. Rusnak's going to run it down, and here come the Colts. Addy Black for three. Rips the ropes. The big guy does it. Coach Hargrove.
That's going to get a quick timeout. So we talked about the 16-0 start. Well, we're halfway there. The Colts lead 8-0, just 2 minutes and 7 seconds into it.
And Coach Haberfield gets a quick timeout. Coach Haberfield, a Meadowbrook alum, graduated here in '92, played for the legendary Coach Bain, and coming back home. He did a great job at Buckeye Local, turning that program around, and for Philo hired him away, and he's hoping to turn that program around there too. He's gone places and rebuilt programs that have been.
Yeah, he his last year at Buckeye Local, they made it to the districts before falling to John Glennet.
Yeah.
So he's definitely turned that program around, and I'm sure he's, like you said, looking to do the same thing here for Philo.
Yeah. Good guy, just good character, and good coach. So he calls a timeout. Nice job breaking it by Philo, getting the ball to the middle and reversing it. Nice. Oh, good ball movement, but again, just couldn't buy the basket.
And those are the baskets you got to make when you're a struggling team.
Yeah. Again, drop back in the zone. Zone, but they really extended up top. The high post, a lot of movement there.
So a little 2-3 zone before I came here when I saw my Tar Heels knock off the Syracuse Orangemen.
Ah, yeah. the Syracuse zone. Couple of blocked shots by Clayton. He's a force inside.
He's going to change some shots, that's for sure.
Philo just needs to try to get something on the board. They've had a couple of looks, but just haven't been able to buy the basket.
And there's a good job. He was posting up Singleton. Natty Black was backside there. They're definitely going to look to have two guys on him at all times.
That's right. Davis Singleton playing him in the front. Good cut that time, but no good shot was Hargraves as he was able to get the face cut on McCall.
Hargraves is their number 2 scorer here for Philo, and he's kind of struggling here early on, though. He's over 3 from the field.
What makes this Meadowbrook team so dangerous is they are able to pull it out, and they run. We always knew they could run, but they do a nice job of when they need to slow it down, slowing it down and looking for the good shot as well. It's hard for a team, especially a high school team, to be able to do both well, and they do that.
I think, yes, they do a good job, but it seems like in the fourth quarter, it seems like they want to still keep scoring, and that's where they've kind of had a little bit of hiccups at times.
Yeah. Inbound pass. Yeah, nice job. Singleton Davis dropping down, and then
here comes some full court pressure from the Colts.
Addie Black with a good look. So 10-0 Meadowbrook here in the first quarter. They got a foul.
First foul.
Yeah. Good job by Nick Morgan, the freshman, taking the ball to the basket and drawing the foul.
Jerome Todd checking in for the Colts.
Todd, a junior, 5'11".
Older brother of our great producer, Carson Todd.
That foul was on McCall, his first. Philo again, doing a nice job attacking the basket, not getting anything out. Addie Black, long outlet pass. Call back that Black in the corner to Jake Singleton for 3, rips the ropes. 13-0 Meadowbrook, and they are putting on the pressure.
Oh boy. The Electric had a little hot potato there for a second.
They did. They're doing a nice job moving the ball with Philo, and they've had a couple of good looks. They just haven't been able to get it in the hoop, and they're down big early here with 2:40 left in the first quarter, down 13-0. Clayton with it now in the corner, 3-pointer up, no good by McCutcheon. But Philo gets the ball back, but again another mess shot. Oh, good defense coming back by Smith, forcing the Davis Singleton was going to take the 3. Smith came running by. Davison called for the travel. In this house, they call it house trap, half-court trap.
And timeout. That's their second timeout used.
So 13-0. Meadowbrook's doing what they wanted to do, which is to get off to a big start. When you're the big favorite, D-Train, you don't want to give the underdog any.
Nope, you don't want to give them any
chance
life.
of hope. Yeah, and the Colts are doing what they have to do that. And so,
I'm sure in this timeout, Coach Haberfield's telling his team, get the ball to the middle of the field. At half court, the middle of the court was wide open on that house press. Get it, square up and attack, and they probably will have numbers. They can do that.
They can't, if they can get it, because the Colts sell out big time on the trap, and if you can get it to the middle and look opposite side, chances are you can get a decent shot. Now, when you do that, you got Mr. Addie Black to deal with, who's,
Well, I'm getting the ball to the big fella, A.J. Clayton, if I'm them. He's that guy in the middle.
Speaking of Addie, there he goes, shot up good, and he was fouled on the steal coming out of the timeout. So Addie be shooting one. May have got away with a little shuffle, but 15-0. So if he hits this, the Colts will match what they did against Indian Creek in the first game of their tournament. Jumping out to a 16-0 lead, on to an easy victory over Indian Creek. Austin Black checking in for Jonathan McCall. Two minutes left, 16. Drive ball through. Then to Jake Singleton, who rips the ropes for three.
And so they exceeded last game. You said 16-0. It's 19. That's the fourth turnover on Philo here.
The Colts sending in McCullough for Singleton. Jonathan and Jonna both coming in. Is that right?
Pretty good so far.
Brooke just wears you down. And it's just for Philo, it's just steamrolled. It started out bad. They missed a couple of layups early, and now it's just 21-0. Colts with 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
And Meadowbrook's ratcheted that pressure up a little bit, and it seems like it sped them up and kind of have them got the jitters a little bit.
Well, as we said, you got a senior-laden team in Meadowbrook, 3 sophomores and a freshman with Philo. Basically, you've got a experienced varsity team playing a JV team. It's just forced to play varsity games, and they're going to have their growing pains. But the future's bright. Colts playing for the last shot. McCall crossover into the paint.
Ooh.
Loses the ball or loses his balance. Shot up no good. And it's 21-0 Meadowbrook after one. We'll take a break and come back with the second quarter right after these messages from our sponsors.
I'm guessing the Meadowbrook people breathed a sigh of relief when McCall got up after that. What? Five turnovers, Philo, in the first quarter.
At least 3 missed layups that I remember.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Meadowbrook High School for this Division II sectional final between the number 1 seed Meadowbrook Colts and number 19 seed Philo Electrics. And there we talked about how Meadowbrook wanted to get off to a quick start against being the heavy favorite. Boy, did they. They did it offensively and defensively here in the first quarter, leading 21-0.
Yeah, getting 3 touchdowns in the first quarter and pitching a shutout. That's a good way to start the game for you.
And Philo had some looks. They just couldn't take care of the ball. They missed what we figured at least. We remember 3.
Yeah, at least 3 layups. They're 0 for 8 from the field that first quarter. 5 turnovers hurt them.
Right. Good ball movement by the Colts against Philo, who's come out man-to-man after playing zone.
I hate that. That's a foul every time when guys just body you up like that.
Yeah. Singleton with it. It's Davis. The Colts being patient. John McCall fakes left, goes right, but then loses it as Clayton comes up with the steal. Philo running. Good job with the Colts getting back. Philo set up their half-court offense. Again, they're fronting A.J. Clayton.
McCall was in the backside help there, so
good job, A.J. going across. Nice move, layup, no good.
That's the deepest he's got the ball tonight, I think, too. So I think he had maybe one other one. He caught it inside, wasn't able to get anything going. So that you got to give Meadowbrook credit. They're doing a good job of limiting his touches.
And John McCall, a nice dive down and a good find by Davis Singleton. And again, the pressure forcing a turnover, but Philo steals it right back. Good hustle by Morgan, but then they throw it away. Look out this. We got more turnovers than Pure Love Bakeries in this game so far. One of our sponsors tonight. Colts with the ball and the big lead second quarter. McCall has his shot blocked, gets it back blocked again by Clayton. McCall goes hard, hits his head on the floor, but gets back up. Not sure if I'm McCall, you want to go in there and challenge the big guy. Smith picks up the ball on the wing.
I guess it's a little payback for Meadowbrook. They've had Addie Black inside blocking shot after shot now. Oh.
And there's going to be a foul,
He got a little bailed out for that. As a big man, you don't bring it down.
Yeah.
You don't bring it down. Keep it up the chin, go up high, and finish high.
Yeah. We do like to thank our sponsors. Speaking of Pure Love Bakery, coming soon to Byesville, but also Basic Systems, downtown arena. Shelly Carpenter Photography. Shelly does a great job. A steal on the inbounds pass by Todd. Jerome goes layup.
And he's going to
no
be
good. Yeah.
Foul should be on Morgan.
Jerome at the line, shoot a couple of free throws. First one in and out. Big guy taking a seat,
Not very happy as he's taking a seat, throwing the towel down. If he's throwing the towel in, they're going to be in for a long night then.
Been a long night so far for Philo, trailing 24-0 here. 5.5 minutes left, second quarter. They do break the pressure. As we said, very young team. 3 sophomores and a freshman starting, 1 senior against the senior-laden Meadowbrook team. Steal by Singleton. Throws it to Jake. Jake Singleton layup. Good way to Singleton. Davis Singleton, a nice job throwing it down the court, looking down court. Philo gets back, and there's going to be a foul. And maybe they can get some points on the board now as Woods is going to go to the shot or the line to shoot too.
So this is Tyler Woods, which would be the grandson of Regis Woods, former Cambridge superintendent, I believe. Son of Pete Woods, who now is West M's athletic director.
You know everything about everybody. You are amazing. As Tyler hits that one, the 6'1" senior, and Philo's on the board. It's 26-1 Meadowbrook. Next one, no good. Black with the rebound. Colt's going to pull it out, run some time off the clock.
And don't look now, but Philo's in man-to-man.
Yeah. Addie takes it to the court, lays it in.
And that's just too easy. I don't think Woods can match up with Addie.
No. Addie Black going to play ball at Marietta after his high school career ends. Long three, no good. Long rebound out to Jake Singleton. Pulls it back out, gives it to Cousin Davis, who finds underneath Todd. Jerome going back to the line as he's fouled. Free throw up, no good. Todd split a pair last time, and this one rims out, no good. Philo bringing the ball up, just trying to get something good to happen as they've had a rough start, and there Radcliffe loses the ball. Another sophomore.
And Coach Haverfield could just puts his head down. He just I mean, Mama says there'll be days like this, and unfortunately, it's just one of those days.
It is, and you know, he said we won our first game, we've lost 21. And if you've been in coaching any time at all, I've had a year where you lost one and won 20 and something in a row, and I've had a year where you won one and lost 20.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, if you've coached, you've been on the coaching staff, you understand that. But Philo still defensively turning up the pressure, knocked the ball away there.
I mean, you got to give them credit that they're not giving up. You know,
no,
they could easily fold, pack the bags in, and go home. But
and there's a slam by Eddie. But as we said, they're sophomores and juniors playing a senior-laden team. 30-1, the score. Shot blocked by Addie Black. Here come the Colts. Addie behind the dribble, in, layup, no good, but he was fouled. He was just grabbed as he was going to the basket. Nobody could stop him, and he's really played well the last 3 or 4 games. And he can pick it up against as they meet better competition down the tournament trail.
Well, this is a time of year where everybody's got to be playing their best.
All right. Free throw up good. Black now with 13.
And A.J. Clayton's checked back in for Philo.
Foul, I believe, is on Smith. Second free throw up and good. 32-1 the score. 3:19 left first half. Clayton with it. He's going to shoot the three. In and out, no good. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Philo, by McCutcheon.
I think it's going to possibly come down to the A.J. Clayton show. I think he's ready to kind of say, you know what, guys, give me the ball and I'm going to shoot it every time. Whether it's from 20 feet or 2 feet.
Nice crossover dribble by Jonna McCall, but it knocked away by Clayton. And here comes Philo. 2:45 left here in the first half. Working the ball around, trying to get it into Clayton. They do again, double team. McCall with it, a long pass. But overshot Jake just a little bit. The good news is we have a running clock in the second half. Right?
Not yet. It's only a 31-point difference. We got to get her up to 35. I think you're foreseeing the future, though.
Ball fake and driving the basket to the basket is Radcliffe. Cut off and stolen by McCall. This time he bounces it to Jake. Jake layup, good.
And that was the 12th turnover.
Wow.
For Philo.
Bringing it in, shot up, in and out, no good for Smith. Again, they get out and run it, and McCall with the pass from Abby Black lays it up and in.
The thing is, Philo has got decent looks at times. They just can't get it to fall through.
It's just, it starts becoming a head game after a while.
And remember how I said it wasn't a 35-point game yet?
It is now.
It is now.
3-point shot up, no good. Rebound to Black. So with 1:15 left in the half and the Colts leading by 35, we're going to pull it out a little bit. There's a steal. And the slam.
And that's going to be a
Clayton,
technical,
and then the technical. But I think that's a frustration.
Come on. They finally got a bucket to go through.
Yeah.
And Haberfield's not very happy about it.
Yeah, it's like, come on. There was a defensive player around him. And, you can hang on to it, the rim, for safety reasons. Greg saying there was a player around him. But Jake's going to go to the line to shoot the free throw. Good. if you're Coach Tolsda, you really sort of, I mean, you're in a good dilemma, but it is a dilemma. You don't want to get anybody hurt. You still want to get some experience. You know, you don't want your kids.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't want to tell them not to play hard. You got some kids you need to get experience.
Yeah, this is where you just mix and match right now. I mean, as you can see, they got 2 starters and 3 bench guys in here right now, so you just kind of blend some guys in. Find your top 10 and kind of rotate sets of 5.
Work on maybe some stuff that you're going to see next. There's a good steal. Ball knocked away. Picking it up was McCutcheon. Gives it to Clayton, and they work it around. Clayton back with it. Left free throw line extended. And there's a foul on Boston Black, as again making an aggressive move to the basket was Hargreaves. And Jackson will be shooting 2. Fouls on Boston Black.
So it looks like the Colts are going to finish the half with their starters as Addie Black, Zach Rusnock, and Jake Singleton's looking to check in here. How many shots has it been where it just sets up there and rolls out, rims in and out?
Yeah, half a dozen layups. Just everything that could, you know, if you were Philo, everything had to go right to give you a chance, and everything's just went wrong.
And unfortunately, everything's going wrong for him. Again, another.
Yep. Addie Black with the rebound. And the Colts will play, I'm guessing, for the last shot here at the half, leading 37-3. McCall dribbling around, finds Singleton in the corner. He rips the ropes. Jake, his third 3, and that's the end of the half. 40-3. Meadowbrook with the lead, the number 1 seed, just getting ready to finish the job here and move on to the districts to take the winner of Beaver local Claymont, who's playing tonight as well, as they just got out to a hot start, and any upset possibilities Philo were thinking about was crushed quickly with Meadowbrook jumping out 40-3. We'll step out, take a break, and come back, and we'll have some stats and scoring after this. Halftime here at the Cage. Meadowbrook having its way with Philo here in this sectional final game at the half. Unbelievable, leading 40-3. And D-Train, it's just, they came out. Really, Philo started out, got the tip, missed a couple of layups, and then it just, the wheels came off, and it just started snowballing.
Yeah, you
just
said it right.
Yeah.
I was going to say the snowball effect. Meadowbrook kind of came out and played a little half-court man, and they just, Philo missed some shots they normally would make, and then they went to the full-court man, and it just seemed like it was on from there. And 40-3 right now, definitely looking like the Colts are 16 minutes away from cutting down the nets as they're coming out from halftime.
Right, and they'll go on, barring just a miracle greater than the hockey game between the U.S. and Russia. They'll move on to play the winner of Claymont and Beaver Local at the district next, I believe next Wednesday, but next week. Maybe it's Thursday. Next Wednesday.
I think is it Tuesday or maybe it's Wednesday?
Next week sometime.
Yeah, it's,
but
I haven't even looked yet, to be honest.
I haven't either. But they are playing on all cylinders. Now, to be fair, they haven't been challenged yet, being the number 1 seed. They got the 18 seed in the pigtail game, and then they turn right around and they've played the 19 seed as Philo took the bye. So they'll get challenged a little bit more as it goes with they go down. But there's been a couple of good games for them to get just to work on some things, and they've done it well.
Yeah, this is a time where you want people to know why you're the number 1 seed. And obviously up 40-3 at halftime here is showing people why you're the number 1 seed.
Right.
And you've got to impose your will, though, on teams. And because the film doesn't lie. Or if, I don't know if there's a Claymont or Beaver Local people here in attendance watching, they're taking notes right now. Make them think. Make them, you guys have the weapons. Let them see what you can do.
And you've shown tonight you've had the weapons, because Jonathan McCall, the 6-foot senior, is the Eastern District Player of the Year. He has 3 points. He has 3, right? Is what I have him for 3 points.
Yeah.
And so you've put 40 on the board, and your leading scorer only has 3 because he hasn't needed to shoot tonight. He's facilitated and got other people involved. You have Addie Black with 14 points. You got Jake Singleton, who's been on fire, with 14 points. Johnny McCall with 4 points. Davis with 4 points. Davis, Singleton, Jerome Todd with a point. And then Jonathan McCall with 3 points. And so, if you're looking at this team and you're thinking, okay, we need to stop McCall. Well, no, there's a lot of people on there that is scoring. And I'm not sure Rusnak's taken a shot tonight.
No, he hasn't. He's got a rebound.
Yeah. And when he's on fire, Zach can hit a 3 from anywhere. And so you've got 2 scorers you're counting on with only 3 points, and yet you still put 40 points on the board. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and we got some area scores updates. I'm looking on my phone trying to find. They got St. Clairsville's beating Minerva 37-23 at the half. Maysville's leading John Glenn 27-22 in the second, and Carrollton's up 14-10 over Cambridge. Still looking for a score on Claymont and Beaver Local.
Does that Maysville score surprise you or not?
You know, Maysville's been playing pretty good lately. They had a freshman that they kind of moved him up to varsity, got some varsity time in the tournament run, scored 17 for him. The Stottsbury kid's a good inside-outside player. They got the talent. It's just if it all comes together for them, they're a team that could be pretty dangerous. They definitely improved a lot in the second half of the year.
The Claymont score, or the Carrollton score, is interesting. As we said, Cambridge beat them earlier in the year by about 20, going boxing 1 on the Carrollton kid. I can't think of his name. He's averaging 23 points a game.
It starts with a B. I can't think.
And they were planning on doing the boxing 1 tonight, but I don't know if that's first quarter, second quarter, but 14-10. Carrollton seems like they are slowing it down a little bit, being a little patient to try to get that win. But here it's all over but the shouting. We still got a half to play. 40-3, Meadowbrook with the lead. Now with the new rules, when the team leads by 35 in the second half, you will have the running clock. and it will continue to run until the team behind cuts it to the lead or the deficit to under 30, I believe, or 30 and under. And so,
and that's a good thing because
yeah,
I mean, neither one of these teams really want to be here right now.
No.
I mean, it's hopefully both teams get out healthy, you know, and unfortunately for Philo, they're going to be building for next year, and Meadowbrook will have the opportunity to prepare for whoever they're going to play next.
Right. But in fairness, Philo, they knew coming in, starting 3 sophomores and a freshman and being a very young team, they're playing for the future.
Yeah.
Meadowbrook with the seniors and the success they've had in the past 8 years, you know, the bar is set higher here for them. And so it will be Philo's ball to begin the third quarter.
Yep.
Colts are starting with the starters. He did this against the blowout win against Indian Creek. They played a minute or two third quarter, and then he started emptying the benches again and working guys in. But he is going to start with them, and same with Philo as well.
So here we go.
Yep, Colts are man-to-man. Nice backdoor cut, but Addie Black with the good help has the ball knocked away. Philo comes up with it again, though, with Clayton. Clayton for 3, rips the ropes.
And guess what? They've doubled their output just like that.
Yeah, they had 3 the whole first half. AJ with the big 3. Just a sophomore, 6'8". They say he's still going to grow some more. He'll be playing next level if he keeps working and stays healthy. Addie Black with it against the man. Now Davis Singleton into the paint, kicks it back out. Rusnak for 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound comes out. Philo with the run, lay in and out, no good. 7 missed.
And the Philo people definitely are happy, and they have reason to.
They do.
Slap the
backboard. That should have been a basket. Yep.
But I don't know why, but that's happened numerous times this year, both sides, and it has not been called. So I don't know if the OHSAA has backed off of that, or if officials just decide they're not going to call it like traveling.
Addie Black reverse layup, good, nice feed by McCall. And that's what we've talked about. Jonathan not looking to score tonight because they don't have to, but he's racking up some assists.
Yeah, I think that's his 3rd one of the night, 3rd assist.
There's another missed layup by Philo. I said they missed it. I guess the slam by Clayton counts for a layup, and Jonathan with the 3.
And he says, Mr. Biggs,
yeah,
there you go. I'll get 3 for you right now.
I can still score.
And that's
carry. And he's looking, me. So the tough year for Philo will end 1-22. The Colts will move to 21-3, be sectional champs, and move on to the district. Addie Black running the point now. Singleton, nice move to the basket. Kicks it out to Rusnak to Jake. Singleton layup, no good. Rebound, Philo. And they throw it away.
Turnover number 14 for Philo there.
Coach Haberfield said that's their bugaboo, and with the young team that happens. He said that against Tri-Valley, where they only lost by 7, they had 24 turnovers.
You cut those turnovers in half, say you get a bucket, that's 24 points, and instead of losing by 7, they win by 17.
Yeah.
I mean, turnovers make a big difference.
Yeah, they do.
And it's not that they're forced turnovers. A lot of them are just throwing it into the stands or throwing it down of bounds.
Right.
Jake
has been on fire tonight. Has he missed a shot?
He's I got him 6 of 9 from the field, but that is his, I think, fourth three of the game.
Yeah. There's a 3, good. Nick Morgan for 3.
See, I don't know if you want to give the Meadowbrook student section credit here, because they couldn't hit a shot in the first half in that end zone with the Meadowbrook student section, but Philo seems to be knocking down
Yeah.
shots, a lot better than they did the first half.
That's one of my pet peeves here is Rostock shoots up the three, no good. Davis Singleton with the rebound, passes it to Cousin Jake, who lays it up and in. Is you have the visiting team not shooting into the student section here in the second half. Now, the reason given is because of they don't want the teams crossing when they go off of the floors. There's a three. Who hit that?
A.J. Clayton.
Okay.
He's up to 8
Don't
now.
want them crossing paths going
Yeah.
off the court, but I'm thinking take advantage of it home field court advantage and have the visitors shooting into the student section second half. But that's just me. I'm not coaching here anymore, so it don't matter. Jake Singleton with the three up and hit. When you are on fire, you're on fire as it hits the top of the rim and falls in.
Gets the shooter's touch. Yeah, there's some places, one that I can think of off the top of my head is Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. They have 2 end zones where the student sections
Zanesville the same way.
Yeah, Zanesville would be the same way.
Meadowbrook's a unique court. It's a short court, a little shorter than regulation. But it's a tough place for visitors to come and play. Philo with it. They finally get the ball in, but again, good job. The Colts have done a nice job. There's going to be a slam. Good job by the Colts with the post defense on Clayton tonight. 55-12 the score. There's a three, no good. Davis Singleton with the rebound. Into the front court, gives it to Jake. With 2:15 left, third quarter, McCall in, layup, good, and foul. (57-12) and Meadowbrook going to empty the bench.
Wholesale changes.
You got Webster coming in. McCullough coming in. Boston Black coming in. Jerome Todd back in. Jonna McCall in. The big fella stays in. He's going to shoot another three, and he hits it. A.J. Clayton, 3 threes, 11 of the 15 points tonight.
He's hit all 3 shots he's attempted here in the second half.
Webster shot blocked and out of bounds off of Clayton. Clock continues to run with the new rule. We're under a minute.
That was a good, strong move by Webster. Just unfortunately, the big 6'8" kid was there to swat it.
Webster, sophomore, and again, that just shows you, well, Clayton's a sophomore too, but he's a big boy, but that shows you what Philo's been against all night, playing the Meadowbrook seniors with all sophomores. Nice cut by Bo Black, shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Philo, but stolen by Boston Black, and the layup good by Jonna McCall. (60-15). Clayton trying to get into the paint, and there's going to be a foul late, and that's they'll stop, I guess, with half a second.
Or not.
Oh, no, they don't stop it. So that's the end of the quarter, 60-15.
I don't think people know what to do
Yeah,
here.
you don't know what to do when the running clock at that, in the foul. You let it keep running, but obviously you don't. 60-15 after 3. We'll be back for the fourth quarter after this. 26-15. Meadowbrook with the lead. They're just 8 minutes away from advancing to the districts. McCullough with the shot, no good. Webster with the rebound. Throw it around. Boston Black going right baseline, lays it up good.
And I finally got a score update. Claymont up 21-17 at the half.
Okay.
Over Beaver Local.
So
that's an underdog win right there.
Yep. Beaver Local had a higher seed. Claymont probably played a little tougher schedule, so the seed may be deceiving, but as Philo loses the ball out of bounds. John McCall bringing it up. And some of the young Colts getting some playing time. Webster. Todd, nice move into the paint, layup, good. Todd with a good hustle, and he's going to be called with the foul. Knocked the ball away, then dove for it. Nice job, Nick Morgan, in corralling it. Pass stolen by McCall. Layup no good. Ball tipped around. Boston Black comes down with it, gives it to Webster. Throws it over to Todd, who lays it up and in. Again, unselfish play by the young Colts. They lead now 66-15, this Meadowbrook.
Ooh.
Shot blocked. McCullough
Clayton got a little
Clayton's
piece of his own medicine
yes,
there.
He did. Boston Black throws it off of McCullough, comes back to him, layup no good, and now we're going to have a foul.
Gave him a little header there.
He did. Little soccer breaking out. Colts up by 51. 5:25 clock moving in the game. The big guy going to take a break. McCullough almost put back. Webster with the rebound, comes out
Webster
with it.
has been all over the
He's
glass
scrapping.
here.
He has. The Colts going to pull it out and reset. Three, no, a two. For, was that Jonah McCall?
Jonah McCall, yeah.
(68-15), 4 minutes left, and we got a foul away from the ball. The Colts are going to bring in 4 more guys. There'll be some of the guys that we may not have on the roster type guys, but they'll be coming in. Have Tyler Lacey in. McCullough stays in. Zane
McGuire.
McGuire's in. Couldn't read my own writing there. Colts just running some time off. Some of these young kids getting a chance to play in the tournament game.
Everybody got to play the last game now. Everybody's going to get to play again tonight.
Philo coming down with the errant shot. I believe that was McCullough with it. And a 3 up, no good. 3 minutes left in the game. Colts with a huge lead and the ball. Lacey with it.
So Coach Haberfield took Clayton out, but
yeah,
Hargraves, is number 2 man, still in there.
Yeah. Shot no good. Going with it. Ooh, a little nice scoop. No good. Another miss layup for Philo. Rebound, and the baseball pass goes out of bounds.
Smith's still in there, too, who also is a starter now. He's coming out for Demetrius Strickland.
Yep. Yeah, Owen just a sophomore. Case Fink coming in, a freshman. So the only senior on that team that, well, Ferris is a senior as well, and Woods, but. And the clock still runs while all the substitution comes on. We're now under 2 minutes, 68-15, Meadowbrook with the lead. Philo loses the ball out of bounds. The Colts are going to go to 21-3.
Seems like we've said that a lot. Philo loses the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, we have tonight. How many turnovers do we have?
I got him with 21, and 21. I may have missed some. 21,
and that's been there with the young team. That's always a struggle. Coach Haberfield said that's just been the issue all year long. There's a 3-point attempt. Banks it up. Good. When it's going right, it's going right. There's another steal coming up. A little Euro step, no good. Lacey with the bank 3.
Well, that was Hupp with the bank 3.
Oh, Hupp, I'm sorry. Yep. Two number 11s in the book. Yeah, up with it. 71-15 with 40 seconds left. Oh, nice save.
And the Colts are going to run out the clock now.
Yeah. They're going to come away with a 56-point win, 71-15. And they will advance to the district against the winner of the Claymont Beaver local game. And they get appreciation. It'll get tougher for them. There's a layup at the buzzer. You got to be kidding me. As laying it up and in.
Wow. 56-point difference.
Yeah, if they count that. I don't know. I don't think they are counted. 71-15. The final score will.
It will be Wednesday.
Wednesday night. I'm not going to tell you I was right. Wednesday night. We'll find out where, depending on whether Beaver local wins or Claymont wins. Last score we had, Claymont was up at 4. We'll take a break, come back, do scoring and stats as the Colts win big, 71-15. Welcome back to Meadowbrook High School, where the Colts advance to the district final to take on the winner of the Beaver local Claymont game with an easy 71-15 win over Philo tonight. Just got this in from historian Kirby Graham, Colts historian. The Colts just set a new school record for fewest points allowed in a game with 15. The previous was 18 against Riverview earlier this season.
This year, I think they had to give up 18 a couple times, actually.
Right. So, and one of the things people have talked about, the Colts have had some talented teams here in the past several years. Been a nice run. Things go in cycles. Been a nice run. But this team defensively has picked it up a notch in some of the other past teams. And so part of that is they're able to pressure the ball a whole lot more, because when you have an Addy Black in the paint, if the guy gets by you, that makes things a lot easier. And so they've set that record. But more importantly as well is they advance. Here's the scoring real quickly for Meadowbrook, and then you can do some stats. Addy Black had 16, Jonathan McCall 9, Jonathan McCall 8, Jake Singleton 22. He was shooting lights out. Davis Singleton 4, Josh Hupp with a 3, Jerome Todd with 7, and I have Boston Black with 2 for 71. For Philo, A.J. Clayton 11, 3 for Morgan, and a free throw for Tyler Woods as the Colts win big. And so you've got some stats, I believe.
Yeah, the biggest difference in the game is whatever Meadowbrook did, it worked tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting, they were well over 65% on the night. I didn't total it out all the way. And the other big things, turnovers. I don't think Meadowbrook turned it over in that second half, which is good because you had a lot of different guys coming in there. Or they didn't turn over it much, but the 22 turnovers is what Philo finished with. And I got a couple area scores. Maysville's up 35-34 at the end of 3 over John Glenn.
Great
so that
game.
one's going down to the wire. Still haven't got an update on the Beaver local Claymont game. I still have 21-17 as my halftime score, and haven't seen an update yet on the Cambridge game yet. But definitely a great win for the Colts. Here's an update here. New Philly's up 53-26 over Riverview. So definitely that's a team that Meadowbrook could possibly see down the road in New Philly.
Yeah, they could. They could meet in Athens if they both make it to the finals there. But you got to get there first, and it's not going to get. Colts have had a couple of breathers. It's going to be tougher whether they play Claymont or Beaver local. And then if the brackets hold true, a lot of people think that Tri-Valley game is going to be a great game. But you just never know.
The games are going to get tougher from here on. There's not the layups are over with, and everybody's a sectional winner. And as you can tell, they didn't cut down the nets tonight. So that's in all honesty, I kind of like that, because you got to tell your kids that we got bigger fish to fry. We got bigger goals. Winning a sectional title is expected. That's something that we expect to do year in, year out.
There was a time when Meadowbrook would cut the section. I know in '88 was the first time in 20 years they won a sectional. But in his last run, they cut them down. They cut them down. The program has advanced to a point now where, hey, sectional's expected. Let's move on. So you're right.
Yeah, the Janitors might have complained that they didn't want to put new nets up either.
Yeah, it looks like there's new nets because they had a girls' game here earlier today. So maybe Mr. Wheeler said, I'm not putting up any more new nets. You're not cutting them down.
It's not in the budget.
That's right. But the Colts get the win, and they'll advance. They'll play Wednesday. I'm sure you can find out where through all the local media.
By the end of the night tonight, I'm sure they'll know. We
thank our sponsors, Shelley Carpenter Photography, Downtown Arena, Basic Systems, Pure Love Bakery, which will be coming to Byesville soon. They help. They make this possible, and we appreciate you following us here on Caleb Graham Productions. And I know we have folks from California. Scooter, Coach Tolster's brother in California, listens all the time. We have folks from all around the place that listen, and we appreciate you doing that. D-Train, is always a pleasure working with you. I know I'm not the legendary Tom Strasser. I'm just merely trying to fill his shoes. But you carried me again tonight, and I appreciate that.
Hey, I try. And depending on what's going on Wednesday, we may have a road trip. I don't know. I'm looking down at the boss man right now. Wednesday, he says he gives me the thumbs up. We're in on Wednesday then.
Yeah, you just never know with the OHSAA what they'll say. But we appreciate that.
Hopefully we have wherever it's at, we have a nice setup.
Our producer, Carson Todd, did a great job tonight as well.
Yep.
And always, since the boss is sitting here, we'll brag on him a little bit. We appreciate Caleb and what he does in
he has his moments.
Bringing high school sports to folks around the country and around the world. So thanks for watching tonight. And the Colts win big, 71-15. Have a good night, everybody.